This is a 1968 VW Beetle Convertible, and we're going to take it for a quick spin. I'm going to show you around the car. This thing drives awesome. The iconic sound of the pea shooters. Speedometer works, as well as the idiot lights, blinkers signals work. Even the horn, you can hear that. This car drives nice and straight. I like to hold my finger up there, kind of call that my finger test for the steering, so you can see that while I'm driving. This is actually picked this vehicle up from a local Volkswagen shop that deals in antique Volkswagens. So this one's been really well taken care of and really well restored. And I couldn't tell if you could hear it earlier, but the original horn works. So this is, they told me, Yukon yellow. And really love this color. It's just not that super bright like canary yellow color, but more of a creamy yellow. And it's got a this paint job is only about 2 years old, and it shows really nicely. One of the things that my Volkswagen guy, I've got a Volkswagen guy, he's been working for me for about 6 years. His name is Clinton Moon with Moon Air Cooled. One of the best, most proficient VW air cooled mechanics around, Porsche air cooled mechanics around. And so he helps me with every single VW that I get. So we did a few little things, put a new dash in, a couple of other little things, adjusted the brakes, just everything that you'd want to do to make it perfect, and or almost perfect. Not so perfect that it drives the price way up, but perfect enough that it looks nice. Anyways, I was saying all that to say he was commenting on just how straight the body is on this car, and it's very straight, original steel, rust free, really sharp. So I walk around and point out any flaws that I can see in the paint, and I really don't see any. Maybe just a couple of tiny little splatters there from the gun. If you look behind the bumper, you have to look really close. One tiny little spot that right there, if you look super close, there's a tiny little spot where actually I opened the door while it was on the trailer and just barely tapped the trailer. There aren't really any noteworthy imperfections on the body. The rings, beauty rings, and the lenses and rubber on top of the indicator lights have all been replaced. They're new. The tires are like new. They have excellent tread on them. The rubbers here again in the very back have been replaced. They're brand new, as well as new trim rings and plastic indicator lights on the rear. That's the stuff that I had Clinton doing for me. The new rubber on the bumper guards, brand new pea shooters as well. Don't know exactly how many miles are on the engine. I could double check with Clinton if it's important to you, but I believe he did say that he believed that the guy who had it before had just rebuilt the engine not too long ago. Basically painted it and rebuilt the engine. Door panels are a little bit older, but they show really nice. The dash pad's brand new. Clinton put that in for me, Moon Air Cooled. The radio does not work. That's the only thing that doesn't work. Windshield wipers work. Lights work. Everything else, like I said, horn, turn signals, everything else works. Heater boxes are good. It's got an older carpet kit in it, but it still shows nicely. And the little Beetle, fun little Beetle floor mats, I really like those all the way around, including in the back. The upholstery's a little bit older, but still in really nice condition. And the only spot that I see, there's some wear here from where we're sitting, and I almost contemplated just putting in, you know, brand new seat covers, and I just said, you know, it's not worth it. It really doesn't look bad at all. They look awesome, especially if you armor all them real nice and get them perfectly clean. Another thing that's really cool is it's got original seat belts in it, and I love these things. And this is actually an original 3-point seat belt. I'm gonna pull it out here like this, and you know, usually we just throw them in the back, but these are kind of cool because you hook them to the ring, and that's your seat belt. You push the button, old school airplane, and it comes out. And of course, I'm trying to do it with one hand, so there we go. So it's got all 4 original seat belts, and they still work. Pull the seat and they pull up. Backs of the seats look really great. And you'll have to look in the still photography. The top is in really good condition. I left I put the top down to drive it today, and also to do the video. Obviously it's convertible, so I like doing the video with the top down. But the top is in excellent condition. It's got a new headliner in it. Top looks like it's about 2 years old maybe. And like I said, they did some restorations on it, about 2 years old. So that includes the paint, the top, and if you know, the engine, I believe. And like I said, if you're watching the video and you're interested in buying it, we can double check with the guys over at Moon Air Cooled and figure out when the engine was built. But he said it's just running tip top. Just had a tune-up. We did do a tune-up and do a little extra detailing under the hood here. So, you know, put new, just, you know, shined it up, make it look nice. I love the fact that it's also got the original air cleaner. Usually those are missing. And so really, really cool. Underneath the car, oh, I also forgot real quick, let's look in the hood. Very clean. And if you really want to polish them up, you can put in a, you know, like a detail mat or a cover. But this is what I'm always looking for inside the spare tire. And I do have the spare tire for it. Clinton dropped it off yesterday and realized he'd forgotten to slide it back in. But just seeing that this is dent free, doesn't appear that it's ever been in any accidents. Real quick, let's take a look up underneath. Original undercoating. And no rust that I can see. There's a little bit of surface rust here and there. Looks like the floor pans may have been replaced a while back, maybe a long time ago. I can't tell for sure because it looks like, yeah, I can tell here now. If I look a little closer, that looks like a patch that was done a long time ago. But no rust holes or anything like that to speak of. Take a look at the middle. This is another spot I'm always looking for rust. That's kind of like the T-bar of the front right there. That's usually the #1 place of concern for me because it's all structural. It looks really good. Well, there you have it. 1968 VW Beetle Convertible. I love these. I've fallen in love, especially with getting into pre-70s Volkswagens, even pre-60s when you can find the ones in the 50s, but 60s Volkswagens, man, they're just awesome. They run good, and this one just is completely ready for the road. The only thing it would need, if you really wanted to make it perfect, is maybe put a new radio in it. But it had that original radio in there. I didn't want to mess with it because it looks so nice and so presentable inside. This is a beautiful car, and it's ready to be enjoyed daily.